I am back once again, in case you forgot about me. I'm here to remind you that I exist. Okay, anyway, I want you to imagine something for this week's video, the longer video. Imagine you are coming home from work or school, okay, and you are at the train station, metro, train station, anything, whatever is convenient for you. Just imagine, okay, in your head, and you are coming home, and it is like really late, okay. You look around, and people are like rushing out. First of all, there aren't a lot of people in the station, okay, and whatever few people are there, they are rushing out of the station, and you look around in confusion like what is going on, why is everyone like running around so frantically, and then you are about to do the same, you are about to follow them, but then you hear something. You're even more confused now, okay, and you turn around to look at the direction where the sound came from, and you see something horrifying. You see a lady, a man, no idea who it is. They don't have legs, they are split from the torso. They're walking on their elbows, fingernails, I don't know, okay? And you see that her hair is covering her face, okay? You can't see her face, but you know she is looking directly at you, which is scary, like really scary. Imagine seeing a sight like that. Her waist is cut, her torso is nowhere to be seen. She's walking on her elbows, and the cut is so sharp, it's so clean. You are horrified, and immediately you try to run. Okay, but she's faster. She's so much faster than you. The next morning, the train station opens as usual, but the only different thing, there are blood stains on the floor. Like someone was being dragged away, God knows where. And that morning, your family and friends reported you missing. Scary, right? You know, the whole time I was doing the research for this whole thing, I was so scared. I had a friend on video call. If you didn't know, I get scared like really easily. So, yeah. So, by the way, if you did not already guess from this whole imagination story who I'm talking about, then let me tell you, I am talking about none other than Teke Teke. It is a very famous urban legend, Japanese urban legend, and I know a lot of people have like already made a lot of videos on this, but still I wanted to join the whole thing because I am someone who's really interested in stuff like this. Teke Teke is exactly who we are going to be talking about. Today's video is a little bit different. It's not the art video or like back to school videos. It is about urban legends and what happened to them. How did they end up becoming the vengeful spirits they are now and known for? Let's get started. So, who is exactly Teke Teke? Now, Teke Teke's story has a lot of different versions, okay? But the two most popular versions that I found were the bullying version and the World War II version. I will get into the details, but let's know what exactly is Teke Teke. Now, most of the time, Teke Teke is related. With a female, but some versions of Teke Teke can also be a male. It's not like it's only girls, okay? So yeah, so Teke Teke has, most people say she either wears a student uniform, depending on which version you are talking about, which is the high school version. She will have a uniform on, and the other version I am not sure because she is a worker. Her body is split in half from the waist, so she doesn't have a torso, and yeah, and she's said to be walking on her elbow, so it's like she drags herself from the elbow. That is why you hear the sound. Yeah, but like with two, I'm not going to sit around trying to make that sound because that is honestly creepy and I get scared very easily. And sitting here right now, instead of looking at the camera, I am actually looking at my background because I am terrified. Because when I was doing the research, there was this one site that said if you don't share this within the first month, something will happen to you. So like, Jesus Christ, please save me. Yeah, so who take it, okay. So now the thing is, she is usually, it depends on the story again. Usually some people say that even though she doesn't have legs, she can walk, like not walk, like run, like move very fast. Even though she moves on her elbows, right, she moves really fast. And even if you are in your car speeding max, okay, she can catch up to you, which is really horrifying. It's said that Teke, if she finds any person in a dark road or in a station, she will come at you. Okay, because most of the time, either she is trying to look for her missing torsos, or she is trying to get revenge on her bullies and the person who assaulted her, or simply she is trying to take out her anger on just normal people. Okay, so honestly, it is understandable because whatever happened to her is horrible. Okay, and usually it is said that when she sees you in a dark alley or in a station, she will ask you one question and one question only.
Have you seen my legs? Do you know where my legs are?
And honestly, the answer, I don't think there is any correct answer, because no matter what answer you give her, you will end up becoming a victim to her wrath. Okay, people say that you do not survive her once you meet her. She will kill you either to get your legs or just to take out her anger, or she thinks you are one of the people who took her legs away. Okay, so that is how she gets her victims and everything. She It is also said that she carries a sickle in one hand, which she uses to split your body into two halves. And sometimes people say that the victims of Teke Teke become Teke Teke themselves. By the way, Teke Teke isn't like the name of the girl who is like the urban legend. Teke Teke is like the sound that the thing makes when it is wiggling on the floor trying to get to you. Okay, so do not think like there is only one Teke Teke. Okay, because according to some urban legends, if you are a victim of Teke Teke, you become Teke Teke yourself. So yeah, so that is that. Okay, now let's get into the main story, like the origin and the legend. So there are, as I said, a lot of versions of the story. Okay, but the most common one starts with a girl whose name is Kashima. I am sorry if I am butchering this spelling, pronunciation. Okay, I do not know how to pronounce all this, and I am trying my best over here. Okay, so the most obvious, the most famous common one is a woman called Kashima, or a girl called Chizo, I think. Chizo, by the way, is the high schooler, and Kashima is the worker during World War II. Okay, I am firstly going to tell you like about the legend. See, there are a lot of different versions. Some people say that a magical charm will protect you from her, and some people say that nothing can protect you at all. Okay, so I don't know. I have never met her, and hopefully, I hope I never do. Um, yeah. So anyway, let's start with the World War II version. Now, this World War II version, according to me, is more horrifying. So, like,
Spoiler alert for all the people who do not like violence or gore. Skip this video. This is not for you. Next time when I come with a more peaceful, artsy video, maybe watch that one. And for all the people who love true crime, urban legends, and scary stories, this is the perfect video. Okay?
so yeah, so let's get into the World War II. So Kashima lives in Hokkaido. Yeah, she lives in Hokkaido, and she is basically a worker. Now, this is, I think, post World War, not during World War, post, like after World War. Okay, World War II, by the way. So she is like, I think, returning home or going to work, and on the way near the train station, she gets assaulted by an American soldier, or by a group of American soldiers. I am not sure. And after getting injured from the SA, she, of course, there are different versions again. One version says that she cannot handle the physical and mental pain, and since she's like on a bridge or something, she jumps off the bridge and ends up falling on a railway track. And because she falls on a railway track, an oncoming train splits her body into two. Okay, now the second part says that she was actually trying to find help, but because she's injured and she's mentally broken, she was trying to find help and she accidentally falls on the railway tracks. But no matter which version you talk about, both end with her getting split by an oncoming train with a force so fierce it's unimaginable. And of course she doesn't immediately bleed to death because in Hokkaido at night it is cold, so her blood vessels contract and she doesn't immediately die. And since she is still alive, she in one version it is said that she tries to wiggle and call out for help, and somehow she manages getting to the train station. Okay, she manages getting onto the platform, calling for help, screaming for help, and one station attendant does see her, but instead of helping her, guess what they do? They grab a plastic bag and they cover her body in the plastic, which is really horrifying, because now she is not only like bleeding, not exactly bleeding because her blood vessels are frozen, but she is in pain. Imagine your torso being like split away from you. Okay, she's in a lot of pain, agonizing pain, and then some stupid person covers you up with plastic and now you can't even breathe. Okay, so it is just horrifying, and honestly I hope people like that suffer and die in hell. um so yeah, so she is struggling and eventually she does die. Now that is like one version of the story, definitely. And since like she is like extremely angry with everything that happens to her because she does not get the justice or the help that she wanted and deserved, she ends up becoming Onryo, please, I am sorry, I'm butchering this, I know. Onryo, which is basically a vengeful spirit, trying to find the people who did all those horrible things to her and taking her revenge. Okay, so that is the World War II version of the story. Now, the other version of the story is about a high school girl called Chizo. Now, Chizo transfers to this school and she is a new student, so of course she's going to be shy. But in general, her personality isn't the extrovert kind. She is an introvert, so it is like very difficult for her to make friends and everything. And the school people, the students, the classmates take advantage of this because they have just gotten their next victim. So they bully her, not only verbally but physically too. They SA her, and she struggles a lot. And one day it reaches its extreme when they corner her at the train station and they trap her between two train tracks. So they SA her and she's injured and she's hurt. And eventually, again, there are two versions where, am I supposed to be saying that online? I don't think so. But yeah, is her doing like hurting his, just ending herself. And the other version is where she accidentally falls onto the train track just when the train is coming. So yeah, no matter which version you talk about, it ends up with her getting split into two by the train. It is honestly very sad. But then again, in this also, she becomes a vengeful spirit and she seeks to find her bullies and maybe make them suffer for what they made her go through. I don't know. This was the whole Teke Teke, the two most popular versions of Teke Teke, fully out there in front of you. So I hope you guys like enjoyed this whole thing because I personally love true crime videos and like documentaries and urban legends and scary stories.